Well, good morning, my preciouses. Cookie Kelly here. As you can see, I've got my Timu eyelashes. These are one of my favorites. Um, I did use my eyelash glue from Timu. Y'all, I had to use my glasses to put the damn glue on the eyelashes. That's the first time I've ever had to do that. But anyway, I got my eyelash curler out. I got this from Timu, and you just, hold it for a couple of seconds and turn it off. And to turn it on, hold it until it turns green. And then you just put your eyelashes in there. Oh, it stuck to it. The glue, put your eyelashes in there. And it heats up and pulls your eyelashes up. And there we go. And then you just turn it off. And I do like to clean it after every use, just in case there gets some glue on it. And then the next go around, you put this on your eyelashes, and because there's glue on it, it rips your eyelashes off. That kind of sucks. That kind of really sucks. Okay. Make sure it's cooled off. It's not cooled off enough yet, for my opinion. Okay. And we'll put that back in the little drawer where it goes. Okay, today we're going to use Wet n Wild. So I got me some Wet n Wild stuff out, including this Fight Dirty setting spray. Then I got this primer base. And I also got the Wet n Wild foundation, the tint. And then I got this Wet n Wild bronzer. And this is the eye palette I'm going to use today. Okay, and then we got my two blushes out, because y'all know me, I like the two blush deal. And then we have some Wet n Wild, what is it? Incognito. I guess this is a concealer. Yes. So yeah. Let's go ahead and put this back in the drawer here. But I'm going to go ahead and use this REM. It's called Miss Dang. And I got this from my sister. And it's got some directions. Shake well. And then give her a miss. I don't like the way it smells though. But give it a little mist on your face. And then we're going to use our placenta stuff. This is a toner. Let's shake it before we use it. And I got this stuff from Korea. They had it on sale. And this was before the tariffs were out. So, yeah, I'm glad I got it. Before that, I didn't know that was going on. But, I mean, I think in all honesty, that he did the right thing, because people was, different countries, we were paying a hell of a tax on our stuff going over there. So they needed to pay the same tax, in my opinion. Okay? And then, oh, I didn't even show y'all this, did I? Nope, wrong one. Let me rub this lotion into my arms. Okay, I'm using, it's a Smooth Luxury Lotion. Y'all, this smells so damn good. And now I'm going to use the Smooth Luxury Serum. Okay, so yeah, let's go in. Oh, let's shake her up too. She needs some shaking. So yeah, let's get her some serum going. And it only takes a tiny bit in this dropper. It's still stuck at the top, look. Okay, now let's rub our serum in. Y'all know me, I got to use some of my Botox stuff, okay? We'll use that, though, after I do my eyeshadow. Maybe it won't be fallout on it. That'd be so cool, wouldn't it? But I do want to put on this color corrector. Because, y'all, I think this does something. And, yeah, I'm going to live by it, okay? But I'm going to go in. I got this palette from Temu. I actually got two of them. They came with other makeup, different makeups from Temu, but these palettes came with it. And I was like, ooh, hell yeah, why not? Have a backup. It's still not open, so yeah. And I do like the way this looks to cover up that pigment on my eye. I think I got some glue on my bottom lash because it sure felt like it. And then I'm just going to put that in the corners and all over my eyelid. Y'all look at that. Look how it covers that, the funkiness up on there that I do not like. Contact dermatitis. I never even heard of it until I got it really bad. And she's like, I said, what? I don't know what it is, but it looks horrible. And I sent her a picture, and she said, you need to come in right now. I said, okay. And she said, what happened? I said, I don't know, but I was last night because my makeup wipes had lotion in them. I didn't have makeup on, but I decided to use them. And she said, oh, it's contact dermatitis then. And she said, is that the only thing you use? I said, yeah, I didn't use my lotion, night cream, because I thought, okay, let's see how this works. And she said, yeah, that's contact dermatitis. We need to get this handled now. And she said, they're bleeding, Kelly. I said, yeah, I know. Look, I lost a clump of eyelashes. So it was bad, but it left my skin on my eyelids permanently discolored. I was like, shit. And she said, it may not go away. I said, did you see where my eyelashes are missing? She goes, no, those will grow back. It will take a long time. And I was like, oh, great. Y'all, I'm using this all over my face because I found out it covered my eyes. And so I use it now to cover my whole damn face where it's something's up with it. I use it the way I want to. Not what everybody tells me, because I'm not inclined to do what people tell me. Or follow the trend. I'm not a trend follower. I do what I want, when I want, and how I want. They can't, oh, you're doing that wrong. Did you see on TikTok or something? Bitch, fuck you. Get away from me. I'll do it the way I want to. Did you buy my makeup? No, you did not. Then back the fuck off and go share your opinion with somebody who gives a fuck about what you think about them. I don't care what you think of me. Y'all see them brown spots? They call them, I guess they call them age spots. I call them hell no spots. Get out of my face. Y'all see how this is shiny? Oh, I need to cover up those. Y'all see how this is shiny already? Yeah, yeah. I find a new use for all my makeup every day. I can't help it. Okay, let's go in with this beautiful Wet n Wild palette we got going on up here, okay? Yeah, girls and boys. Mostly my beautiful precious. You know who you are too, right? Okay, what color are we going to go into? I guess I'm going to go into this color right here. That one. And we're just going to put this all over the eyelid. Ooh, that's a pretty light purple. Y'all, look at that. That's gorgeous. This little work that in all over my eyelid, the top part. Yeah, that's a beautiful color. Oh, wow, that's gorgeous. Okay, we need to put more then. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Y'all, I woke up yesterday with a headache. The night before that, I went to bed with a headache. Yesterday, I had a headache all day long. And I was in bed after I did my video. I just went to bed because it was killing me. And so I did contact my doctor this morning and told her what's going on. Everything was so loud, even if in my ear, that I couldn't hear out of. That's wild. So I was thinking, damn, what's up with that? I mean, they said I had tinnitus, damage to that one ear. Worse, this one worse than this one. But I've always been, I don't know. When I was younger, I could hear, I swear, from another room, and you're whispering. But now, and I could see 20/20 from far a fucking way. It used to trip people out, and now I got, I have to wear trifocals. Stop calling me. I'm on the video with my preciouses. Stop calling me. They mean more to me than you do, okay? I don't know who you are or what you want, but I know y'all happen to be one of them damn insurance people that drive me crazy. Y'all, I just want to snatch them up. Snatch them up and just constantly for a month call them every second of the day so no one else can get through to them. They drive me crazy. Can you tell they drive me crazy? Okay, now we're going to go into this deepest purple right here. Yes, that's one. And it's got a shimmer to it. But look at that. See one that side and see that side. I'm gonna, Wet n Wild is good, y'all. I'm just gonna work that to the outer part and then come in into my crease. Do I got it on the right side? Yeah. And get some more. Like so. Need more in this crease over here because there's more. I may have taken up a little too high, so we're gonna have to fix that. Little dark. There we go. Oops. We'll fix that in a minute. We shall fix that in a minute because we're gonna go in and blend her in, peoples. Blend her in, my lovelies. Let's go with this one. I might have got a little carried away right there. Okay. Yeah, this one over there is darker than this one, so I'm going to bring it out a little more right here. There we go. Okay, let me go back into that color I was doing on top and kind of work it back into there over the purple. It's like a pinkish beige. Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Okay. Now we're going to go in with this color right here and put it over my eyelid. Almost got the wrong one. Damn, that's gorgeous shit. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's really pretty. I'm gonna clean this off real quick because I got it kind of all over right there and on the side. And because I did clean this off, I will leave it open just in case I got any color in it. But I think I want to go in. This is a shimmer too. These are shimmers. The only thing, one that's in here that's not a shimmer is this one. So I think I want to go in for this lightest shimmer and put it right here. And then work it in with my finger. Right here. And work it in with my finger. See how it brings that purple out? And then let me clean it off because I did touch it with another color. That beigey looking purple, I am going to go back in with it and do it right here. See how just on the line right there, it brings it out? That's pretty. Okay, that's gorgeous. And y'all look, no fallout. I do need to fix what I messed up though. I in the corners. Why want it open? Oh, because I got it upside down. And I'm going to fix those. And this is the color I'm going in for. It's got this pink hue to it. I just want to go right back under there and put it back in there. Okay. Same with this one. Go into right there where my nose is. And that corner, see how it fixed it? Yeah, that's so pretty. I like it. Ow, I pinched myself. Okay. Let's go with some Botox up and put this under my eyes. And those baggy part looking shit. Y'all, my sister Teresa, she's a year younger than me. And she was one of those sun babies. She loved the sun. She was out tanning every day. And then in the wintertime, she would go to the tanning booth. She looks 15 years older than me. So, mind, if you're a sunbather, that's what happens. Because you're actually ruining your skin. Because the sun, it's not meant to have that much of a tan. I mean, I learned when I got my feet sunburnt. That's when I figured it out. Oh shit. And I said, oh my God, and people tan out in the sun. And this is dangerous shit. So I said, not me. But I never could. I was never patient enough to go out and hang out in the sun. I just wasn't. I get too hot and I say, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, damn. I'm staying all up in this. This is I can't handle the heat. I can't handle the sun beating down on me like that, making me hot. Fuck that. And they said, you're just a puss. I said, no, I'm not stupid. If it's doing how it feels to me now, I don't know how y'all handle it. No, it just ain't my thing. So, you know, go do your thing and I'll do mine. And that's when I said, hell, I need to get a job. I think I was 13. Yeah, I think I was 13 when I started looking. But then I did get one with the lady down the street. This is my Wet n Wild primer. And boy, that came out of there thick. I brought a bunch of it out. So yeah, we'll just rub in what we got and put it on my finger again, because I don't want it to come out too much. It does feel really good. Damn. Oh, it smells almost like cinnamon, y'all. That smells really good. You know those Red Hot you used to get when you was little? It smells like that. It smells fabulous. Now I don't know where. Oh, I have it down here, don't I? Yes, I do. And I guess these need to go. I got these from Five Below. It's called Rosy Chick. Let me see what this one. Oh, here's Rosy Chick. And this one is Iconic Smoky. It's got a blue in it, blue-gray. I have used this one. Yeah, oh, you can tell I used this one. just going to wipe that off with my fingers so I don't get nothing wet. Okay. But yeah, those are pretty. They need to go with my, these actually right here, because those are all my, what you call it? Okay. Oh, shiitake mushroom. How do you go back in there? Okay. Okay, y'all. Now, we're going to do some concealer. I don't think we need it, though, with all that others. What is that? The primer is dry, y'all. It feels really good. Let me look at the color of this. Do I want to put this on top? No. It's got a pink hue to it, but not very much. Oh, damn, that's a good concealer. Maybe I want to conceal my dark spots with this. I can. Yeah, let's do that. And my circles. And then here, and there. And my mole. And this mole. A little more up there. Okay, y'all. Okay, this is my makeup for today. I got you. Did I get you? No, I didn't think I did. I'm going to go in with my smallish foundation brush and kind of work this in just a little bit. See how it hit it? And this one too. Y'all, this foundation brush is so soft. And then here on my tippy nose. And then this spot and that spot. There. And then under my eye. Oh shit. It really didn't conceal the bags though, did it? But yeah, that's still beautiful. Ooh. I need to get it out of my eye. Let's use one of these. They're here staring me in the face. Okay. Yeah, look. Okay. I like that. I like that. I got some of it in my eye though, y'all. Damn, is it? Okay. Oh. Okay. My hands are so cold. I'm wearing house shoes. This morning I was up before Honey Bunny. I always get up before Honey Bunny. I don't know why, but anyway, I got up this morning and I said, "Good morning, Honey Bunny," and he said, "Good morning." And then I walked into the kitchen to get some more Dr. Pepper. He said, "Baby?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Are you missing something?" I said, "No, what am I missing?" He said, "A shoe." I said, "No, this foot was hot. This foot was cold. I couldn't stand it on my foot, so I had to take it off." And he said, "Well, that's going to make you walk in circles." So he started walking in circles. So then I started walking in circles because I had one shoe on and one shoe off. And I said, "Honey Bunny, you always make me laugh. Even if I'm sick, you make me laugh." I like this thing that you put the makeup on with, y'all. I like it because it's don't come out so thick. Damn, I don't like that color. Maybe if I work it in better, it'll look better. It's kind of orangey looking almost. Maybe if I work it in, it'll be better. Yeah, it's not so bad now and that I worked it in. Let's go ahead and put it on. I hope I didn't just put too much on there. Oh, big old clump fell off. Oh, that is a pretty color when you work it in. That's really gorgeous. Y'all look at that. Wet and Wild. It's so shiny too. I'm going to get my sponge out and wet it down and work this in a little better. Y'all know I like my shine, and that is shiny. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. I don't need high-end makeup. I mean, I got some from my sister, but look at this. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful foundation. Oh my gosh. It's so glowy. Look at this. It is beautiful. I mean, it covered up all the spots. Wow, I'm impressed, okay? Uh-oh, the leg folded back up on it. I use just my phone to record, y'all. And one thing about me is I do not edit any of my videos. I just don't. I don't edit any of them. Is this going to fit in there? Hell to the no. No, it won't fit in there. We're going to have to put it back in here with this stuff. But that's quite okay. Okay. I just put it up. My eyeshadow palette I was using. Is that it? No. What the hell did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Because, you know me, I have to put some in the corner right here. And here. And then take my little blender brush. Okay. Now I think we need a skinnier brush. eyes, because that's freaking gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's get us a really fine one. I'm going to do this one, okay? And I am going to kind of wet it just a bit with my wipe. The neighbor doggies are outside, Momo. Did you hear them? I'm going to kind of diffuse that just a little bit. There we go. There we go. I do see some makeup in the inside of my eye right there. I don't know what that is, but it's not coming off. That is so pretty. I got this too much far down here. Yeah, so pretty. I love it. Let me wipe my dry lips off, because they are really dry. Okay. Now, let's go in. Let's do some setting spray real quick. Okay. We can probably need that again, so I'm just going to leave it out. Let's go in for our bronzer, my lovely. Okay. And this is Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer. Okay. Let's find our bronzer brush. There she is. Okay. Oh, this has got fallout all over. Okay. What side did I use? Not that side. Huh. Oh, that's gorgeous too. Get back there. Wow, that's gorgeous too, y'all. My honey bunny said this morning, baby, I know you're sick. You shouldn't feel the need to have to do videos. I said, it's not that, baby, at all. Because if I didn't feel do it good enough to do a video, I wouldn't do it. I do this because it makes me feel happy and it makes me feel good, and I forget I'm sick. He said, well, by all means, you go get it, baby. I said, okay. Because he said, I know you feel guilty if you don't do something and people are waiting on you. And I said, no, it's not that, baby, really. I mean, they understand. They're very passionate folks, you know. They're very passionate and they understand. They're not, they're not evil like them evil bitches that you work with, I mean, because I've had some y'all. I was a supervisor. First, I worked in cleaning rooms, okay? And then I ended up doing the boards and supervising the girls. And it was time to get off work. And they were all finished, but they were all in the closet. I said, so what's going on in here? I said, why y'all all in here? And don't play me for stupid. And they said, well, we're just trying to get our 8 hours for the family, but we really didn't get enough rooms. And I said, I understand that. I really do. I understand it. Are you going to report us? I said, no, but I'm going to have to warn you, okay? And they said, oh, God, thank you, Kelly. And they barely spoke Spanish or English, and I spoke a little bit of Spanish. And I told them, and I said, just don't do it again, because if they would have came up here and saw y'all all up here, every one of y'all would have been fired. Every one of you. Oh, thank you, Kelly, thank you. I said, no, just don't do it again, okay? Okay, we won't. And after that, I never did see them do it again, so they listened, because I told them they will fire you quicker than shit. I mean, you're just a person to them. You're not, it's like you're a number, you're a name. You're not human, okay? You need to listen to me, because I will not do this again. If I catch you, I'm going to have to report you. But y'all, they never did it again, so I was really happy about that. And I said, just do what you gotta do, but don't be getting in trouble for that shit, okay? They said, oh, we won't, Kelly, we won't. And they never did. They never did. And they were all really upset when I quit. I mean, really upset. I said, well, I can't deal with these bitches up here no more. I just can't. It's not my thing. They're all about, their money and their thing. And to me, human beings don't even matter than them anymore. And I can't put up with that. I can't deal with that. So I'm gonna have to go. And y'all, I hurt myself up there, and they did nothing about it. I mean, I had to have surgery on both of my knees because of that. And to me, that is just bullshit, that you're just a name or a number. You're not human. I was like, fuck y'all. And then I found out I had spinal stenosis, and the work that I did not contribute very well to the spinal stenosis, and he said, Kelly, you're going to have to quit work, and you cannot physically ever work again. And I'm like, oh my God. So I signed up for Social Security, and they denied me. I went to court, and the judge said, my first judge was a fucking complete asshole. I mean, a complete asshole, y'all. And so, it's still tacky. I think I want to do some, y'all, I've been getting into this settings powder from e.l.f. and I just love it. So I'm going to have to do some more today. But anyway, my doctor wrote the judge. My attorney showed up 2 hours late, so the judge was really pissed already. And I'm like, it wasn't my fault she showed up late. I tried to call, and nothing. They didn't even give me a heads up they were going to be late so I could warn you. They just fucking show up late. So on the spot, the judge asked me, do you want her to be your attorney? And I said, no, I don't. And he said, go ahead. So I said, you're fired. I want all my documents, and I want them now. And the judge said, you heard her. And then so she said, I didn't bring all the documents. And the judge said, get out of my courtroom. Do not come back to my courtroom ever again. You are not professional. You're supposed to be representing Miss Blah Blah me. And then he talked, but he was still mean to me. And then so I went out, and I was crying already, y'all, because he was so fucking mean. Not because he turned me down. And then he came out when he was done doing the paperwork, and I was sitting there and I was crying. And bailiff kept saying, oh, I'm so sorry. And the officer that was out there was over there, and he was saying, I'm sorry, this shouldn't been your experience and all that shit, and your first experience. And then he, while he was talking, the judge came out, and he said, Miss blah, 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 can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, yeah. He goes, I'm sorry, but that was unprofessional of her to do that. And I said, well, it was very fucking mean to you to talk to me that way. I've never been to court in my entire life. I went to jewelry duty, and I was so excited because I wanted to do jewelry duty, and they denied me. And I asked them, why you deny me? Because we found out that you were a sexual abuse victim. And I said, and he said, if you saw him and found out what he done, what would you do? I said, I'd tell the court that they need to string him up by his fucking balls and then chop little pieces off of his cock for fucking 25 years. Not to let him die, chop a piece of his cock off, and then sew it up without any anesthetic, and then there, just that. And the judge was looking at me like this, and he goes, no, ma'am, we can't let you be on the jewelry duty, because his attorney, the kid's attorney, was there. And what he did is he broke into a house and held this young teenager, I think she was 17, hostage while he brutally raped her. He raped her with a broken bottle and raped her with himself. And that just freaked me out, that someone could do that, be so violent to do something like that. And then the judge said, yeah, we can't have you for that reason. And the kid's attorney was going, and the kid was going, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. And so he said, we're going to have to release you. And I said, okay. He said, but you go downstairs and wait for about 45 minutes because they will pay you for the day, but I want to have them give you a bonus. So I'm like, okay, whatever. He gave me a $50 bonus. I guess because he was thinking, damn, what must have she gone through to say those things? But I was like, whatever. So I didn't get to be jewelry duty, damn it. And I wanted to, y'all. I wanted to so bad. But you can't if you ever have a psychologist. Because they looked that up, I guess. I don't know, but I wasn't a candidate for it. But anyway, the judge said no, and he gave me some advice. He said, JPS, it's called JPS Health Network, and they will help you with your medical needs. And they will also help you with knowing what you need to get through what you need for Social Security. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And he apologized again. I said, okay, but you shouldn't treat people like that, especially if this is our first time coming in, and then you're fucking mean to me, First, I used this one, and they are from Temu. It was too light for Kelly. So Kelly used this one. And this from Temu, y'all. This is so pretty, ain't it? Ooh. Got lipstick on the eye part of it. So I used that one. And now we're going to do some mascara. And anyway, so I came home. I called up there and they set me up an appointment. And in the meantime, apparently he called and gave my name to JPS Health Network. And the lady called me and did an interview over the phone. I guess he felt really bad, y'all. Gave an interview over the phone and they approved me. And she recommended me to an attorney. And so I called him, and he had a court date set up already. And it took 2 years, though, to get a court date. And he got a court date, and he called and told me the court date and what court. Oops, damn it. I started freaking out, and he said, what's wrong? And I told him, I said, this is the same damn court I had to come to before. And he said, well, you're with somebody else, and what was your judge's name? So I told him, he goes, oh, no, we don't have him. He, from what I understand, he is hard on everybody. And then I told him what he did and ended up doing, and he said, wow. He has never helped anyone. So you must have got to him, whatever you said. And I said, I kind of cussed at him and told him off that he shouldn't be mean to people like that, especially if it's their first time going to court. And you were just an asshole. And he said, wow. He was impressed. And then so I went into the court, and the judge was advising me, you want to do this, and you want to do that, or you want to do this, and doing stuff like that. And then he said, I am so sorry that you were not approved for this 5 years ago. I really am, because you have what is qualified for. And he said, we could settle this case right now, or you can drag it out, and it's probably going to take another 2 years for you to get the full amount. And I said, I have bills to pay. Let me talk to someone real quick. And I talked to my attorney, and he said, that's completely up to you, really. And I said, okay, well, can I make a phone call at least? And he said, oh, absolutely. So I called my honey bunny. And he said, no, baby, do what you want to do. And I said, what I want to do is go ahead and take what I can get. He said, okay. And then I said, the biggest part of the check that comes, I'll just give it to you, okay? And he said, no. I said, well, I got to go anyway. We'll just discuss this later, and you know I'm right. And hung up the phone. And so we went into court, and he said, it will start right away. You will get a check tomorrow. And then in 2 weeks, you'll get another bigger check, but it won't be the complete amount. And then I said, okay, that works for me. And so I got home, you know, and told Honey Bunny, and we discussed it. And I said, this is what I want to do. This doesn't matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. I have your bank card, damn it, and I can do what I want to do. He said, all right, whatever. So I said, I know, I'll pay off your credit card. Hey, then that's a good idea, baby. So I paid off his credit card. Then I put, I think, $6,000 in his bank account. And he went to look at his account and said, what is this? And I don't know where it came from. And so then he did research on it, and he said it was a bank-to-bank transaction from the same bank. So he said, baby, what did you do? I said, shut up and just take it. I want you to go buy whatever you want. And that's when I bought the first baby I paid for. Okay. So, yeah, I've been on Social Security now for about 6 or 7 years now. And the judge said, did you have spinal stenosis from the first one, from your first court date? I said, yeah. And he said, well, what about, they said you had PTSD? And I said, yeah. And he said, and night terrors? I said, no, they just actually discovered the night terrors, and they're going in, you know, with blah, 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 to try to do this and that with it. He said, okay, but he said, your major depression, how long have you had that? I said, basically all my life. He goes, yeah, he kind of messed you up, and he reported the judge because I was willing to talk to the judge one-on-one and told him what I had, and he checked it out and found out that it was true, and that judge should have proved it on the spot. But he was also the same judge that my honey bunny's first wife that passed away, his kid's mom, only 40% of her heart was working, and he denied her. Can you believe that shit? And she was given a terminal, I just forgot the word, diagnosis. She was given a terminal diagnosis, y'all. And that same judge that I had was him. And he denied her. That's bullshit, y'all. I mean, that's just downright bullshit. But if it weren't for my attorney, so I suggest if you're looking to get Social Security, the first thing that you need to do is get a Social Security attorney. My attorney was a Social Security attorney. My suggestion, the first thing you do is get that. And then get all your medical records and take them to your attorney. okay, or have your doctor's office priority send them to your attorney, okay? Because that's what my advocate through the JPS Health Network did. She asked for them, and she put priority because she worked with them. She could do it, and she put priority for them to get those medical records to my attorney, and they did it the same day. And then I actually hired him over the phone, and he FedExed me the papers, so they came the next day, and he said just put them back in the FedEx box, and then call the FedEx phone number, and they'll come pick it up, and they did, and he got it the following day. So all he needed was my signature and me to say yes. So I did that, and he called me when he got them. He goes, okay, we're ready to go. I'm setting up a court date. Y'all, 2 weeks later, he set it up. I couldn't believe it. And he said, I asked him, I said, can I ask you a question? And he said, yeah. I said, do all attorneys work this quick? And then he said, yeah, we don't like to mess around with our clients' money or our money. I said, wow. He said, why? You had an attorney before, right? And I said, yeah. And I told him what was going on, and it took them 2 years to even get that first court date. And he goes, what? And I said, yeah. And then I told him about her showing up 2 hours late, and she did not have all my paperwork. So he said, well, I'm going to report them to the bar. Do you remember their name? And I said, yeah, I got all the paperwork. I'll send it to you. So I sent it to him, and he reported them to the bar. And then he called me and told me, okay, I got an answer from the bar. They will lose their license. And I was like, oh, right, that's great. They can't. How many other people did they do that to and expect to get paid? Because they expected to get paid from me because she showed up 2 hours late without the paperwork. So I called him, and he said, my attorney said, let me handle that. So they never bugged me again. Ever. And so he said, I called him and told him that was unprofessional, and it shouldn't have ever taken that long to do anything, and that I will be reporting them to the bar. I said, awesome. So how much do I owe him? He said, you don't owe him anything. Nothing. Absolutely zero. I said, oh my God, okay. You are awesome, dude. And now if anybody needs Social Security, I tell them where to go, because he is the best. I think I need to do my eyebrows, y'all. What do you think? Yes, maybe. And I was looking, and some of these makeup professionals were saying, if you got lighter hair, your eyebrows need to be darker. But if you got darker hair, your eyebrows need to be a little lighter. And I'm like, that is such bullshit. Your eyebrows can be either the same color as your hair, or lighter, or even darker. It doesn't have to be a specific color. Like if you have lighter hair, your eyebrows need to be on the dark to black round. Could you imagine me with dark to black hair eyebrows? I don't think so. Y'all, even my eyelashes are blonde. So I was like, and I wrote him and told her, that is such a bullshit that you're saying. That is not a fact. You need to quit lying to people to get views or subscribers, because they're going to find out the truth, and your ass, ooh, you're going to be in deep shit from these people. You can't do that. That's not right. A little bit more. Oops. Yeah. I like it. What y'all think? Is that going? Yeah, that's it. And they say the older you get, the thinner your hair gets, y'all. So, I mean, I grow hair on my face, but not where a woman should be growing hair, like right here. I got this one hair that grows, just a one single hair grows out of the tip of my nose right there where my finger is. That sucker will be this long in 2 days, and I'll look and say, what the fuck is that? And then I'll pull it out. But I get hairs down here, especially around this mole. I've gotten one at this mole, just one in my lifetime from it. And it was way out here, and that's when I wore my hair down, and I thought it was a part of that hair. And one day I was trying to get it to go up and realized it was coming out near my mole. I was like, what the hell? Why? But anyway, y'all, I do this because I like it. I don't think it makes me beautiful because I'm still the same person underneath all this, okay? Makeup doesn't make you beautiful, okay? What's inside is what's make you beautiful. If you act ugly, you're going to be ugly, okay? If you're kind, it shows through. Your beauty just overwhelms people because you're kind, and your beauty comes out then. Okay? So let yourself shine. Remember, you wear makeup because it makes you feel good. It doesn't make everybody else feel good. I mean, your husband or your honey bunny will see it and say, damn, baby, you look hot. And you say, thank you. That made me feel wonderful. Okay? Remember that. You are a woman, and all women are beautiful. Doesn't matter the race, sexual preference. It doesn't matter if you're white, orange, green, purple, blue, black, brown, pink, yellow. It doesn't matter. You're a woman, and all women are beautiful. And I need you to remember that, okay? I love you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it, okay? Please thumbs up and like me. Thumbs up, like, thumbs up, like, thumbs up, like. Woo! Please leave me a comment and share my channel with your friends and family, acquaintances. Just share. Okay, y'all? I like this look. And I actually feel better than when I came to do the makeup. Because that's how y'all make me feel. You make me feel good. And I love each and every one of you. And don't forget that you are loved. You are beautiful. Cookie Kelly out. Bye for now. Bye, my preciouses.